What's the crack, lads? How are we getting on? So last week I ventured all the way up to County Donegal to visit my good friend and fellow influencer. What a word. Can't get on board with it. Influencer. My fellow creator. That's even worse. My friend Eric Roberts. He has been absolutely killing it, as the kids say, on Instagram, TikTok. He's starting off the old YouTube journey now, so he was doing a little bit of a vlog and stuff himself, but he's been harping on about the pubs up there since I met him about 2 years ago. So I said I'd head up and see what it's all about, and by Jesus, I was not disappointed. I always talk about my ideal pub as an old man pub, nice pints, cozy fire, a couple of characters around. It was all of that and more, so stay tuned. A massive, major, monumental shout out to the sponsor of this video, my good pals, my very good pals at this stage, over at Manscaped. Without their constant support, this channel would be dead and buried. It already is. Stop that now, come on, give me a freaking break. I'm trying my best here. Thank you to Manscaped for sponsoring the video. The new Performance Package 5.0 Ultra is just all you need in terms of your grooming game, lads. It's all you need. You've got the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra with 2 skin-safe blade heads. Also includes the Weed Whacker. Genuinely is amazing. You just stick it in the schnoz, in the ears, gets all those little annoying hairs out of the way. And it's not like you're sticking some sharp object up your nose. It's some mad technology that it's all inside. The motor blade is inside and it just, the hairs are gone. Also in the package is the essential aftercare products. The Crop Soother, does what it says on the tin. Crop Preserver, also does what it says on the tin, if you get my drift. They also throw in a pair of Manscaped boxers. It all comes in this beautiful, handy travel bag. And if you want to get yourself 20% off plus free delivery, go to manscaped.com and use my code POINTS20. Don't say I don't look after you, lads. Now enjoy this warm and wonderful, cozy day out in Donegal. Right, lads, I am here in Glen, all the way up at the top of Donegal. We had a beautiful drive up. I'm here with Eric Roberts. Eric, you look like you've grown a few inches.
I have, yeah. We're not on a hill at all.
Did you get the stints in?
Yeah, the last video we were in over like this, yeah.
We're here at the Old Glen Bar. Eric has been telling me about this place for probably about 2 years, so we've finally come. Let's go inside, have a pint, check it out, and see what it's all about.
Let's go.
Careful now.
Watch the head.
Angus, how are you, Angus?
How are you doing?
What's the crack? The big boss, the big scary boss around here?
Not too scary, the size of you.
We might pull a pint and you might tell us if we're good or bad. I'm going to let the King of Donegal
Yeah, it's only right I go first, is it? Do you want me to stand up for this, or? Believe it or not, the last pint of Guinness I poured was the last time we did a video together, right? So I'm not sure if this is going to be much better or worse. Or...
Did you say you worked in a bar years ago, no?
Yeah, but I wasn't pulling pints, I was out in Napa.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
there
wasn't too many Guinness poured out there now.
He has an act anyway.
I think it's all right, yeah.
Lift that settle up there now. Looks like a glass of milk, but you're listening.
Have you another glass for me, Angus?
Yeah, just behind you there.
Behind me.
One's there.
Yeah. Nice tenants glass.
We'll not be using those today.
Sorry.
I'd say you have a knack for this now at this stage, would you?
Done a couple now. I was only over in London last week pouring a few over there. So, any top tips, Angus?
All about the bartender.
All about the bartender.
Yeah,
we're fucked so.
And the patience.
And the patience.
2.5 minutes now.
What is it? 119.5 seconds. That's the kind of jargon they give, but that is a bit.
That's right. Now you're getting very technical.
And everything, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd be more 119.4.
Right. Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay. See, I just want to drink it now.
And is it a family pub?
No, we lease it off the McGranaghan family who were here for a lot of years, so we're kind of the blow-ins.
The blow-ins.
New custodians, if you want to call it
Since
that.
when?
Since 2014. 10 years now.
I love that. It's like no matter how long, you'd probably be a blow-in for the rest of your life. It's like when someone moves to a new town, even if they're moving, they're 20, when they're 60, they're still a blow-in. How are we looking? I think we still have another patience, lads.
Calm down, Dara. All right.
And Eric, this is your local.
This would be my local. This was my parents' local. It was the kind of pub I'd come and have a bottle of Coke and sitting in the corner with mum and dad. We're having a few pints with their friends, so it's always been a part of my life. I love the opportunity to show it off now to the world. But listen, it didn't need my help. It's won pub of the year a few times, Angus, hasn't it?
Oh yeah.
Won pub of the year in 2021.
It's living up to the hype.
What's the secret for you, or like top tips in terms of a lot of pub owners I talk to always say it's all about how you deal with people. Would you agree with that?
Oh, yeah, it's how you deal with people and it's how you interact with people and let people come in and be themselves. It's a bit of a hub more than a pub, you know.
Okay, I like
People
that.
come in and have a bit of crack and tell you their story, tell you their secrets, and so turn into a bit of a parish priest, you know. And
Parish
you
priest,
tell me your
therapist.
secrets and I tell nobody.
Yeah.
You know, so it's good.
Fair enough.
He sold a few stories he made of the papers though, so
I'd say you're on. That's you, isn't it?
that's me there,
Right.
isn't it? Right.
Very good, and you get the nozzle out of the pint and everything. Very good.
You go there now. Look at that.
See, I
there,
like
lads.
that. I'm all about cleanliness. I don't like the nozzle in.
That might be the nicest pint of Guinness I've ever seen.
That might drip down just because of the bit of a slant on the bar.
it looks
But I
creamy.
like that you said that with the nozzle, because a lot of people, I would always comment say the nozzle shouldn't go in, and they say, I know it's grand, but I don't think that's. You
Ah, you're
do you
stitching
pull it
me up
towards
there
yourself, do you?
I put the whole way
That's a lovely point, Eric.
now. Thanks.
Fair play to you.
out. And this is Ian here. Ian will inspect it for you.
That's what I call it, Trip.
We've
Angus.
actually booked an independent adjudicator
That's how
here
it's
to
done.
join us.
And I'm doing this long enough to know I'm going to put on that part of the bar.
See, that's where I fell down.
Yeah. And the dome is good, Eric. I don't even think you over poured it. I just think it's no.
I think mine actually looks a little bit better.
2 new bartenders now for the summer, Ian.
Yeah, right. Lock us in.
Later.
We wouldn't afford this fella anyway.
That's just
Cheers, Angus. Thanks a million. We'll enjoy these. We'll go into the cozy back. Jeez, Eric, you didn't disappoint, lad.
I'm telling you, listen, it's not often I lie. You know what I mean? I've never steered you wrong yet, and we're finally here up in the Glen. And sure, look at that there. Obviously,
Should we?
well, geez, we better.
Can we try split the G? Are you in the humour?
Oh, yeah, go on.
Yeah, it's fairly low down. 4 good gulps there. Come on now.
Jesus, I like the looks of that now.
Not bad at all, though.
I've actually smashed
Jeez,
you. Have I?
I've totally pussied out on
Well,
it.
there you go now. The Guinness guru, and Derek Roberts. And
Yeah, no, Eric, you definitely done better than me.
but
How's
yeah, no,
that?
I've been coming here for a good number of years, but this is where you come to have a couple of pints with the boys after a game. The atmosphere is always amazing. There's normally some live music on the corner, a few lads at the bar telling stories. That's just always been a nice atmosphere.
And is it the only pub? It kind of feels like one of those towns that only has one pub. Is there like?
I mean, this is Glen and Glen Bar are one and the same. This is the smallest town probably.
This is the
in
town.
Donegal. This is the
pub
town.
is the town.
Yeah, this is where we have mass on a Sunday.
Well, I'm always fascinated with these really, really small towns that, like, say the population of the town is probably only whatever, but like, you said the pub you wouldn't get a seat in here on a Saturday night. Like, how does that work if the town is so small? Do you know what I mean?
I mean, people come from far and wide. You'd be lucky to get a seat here over the summer. There's a gorgeous Michelin star quality restaurant out the back, and
It's actually Michelin star.
It's Michelin.
I thought
star,
you were
yeah, Michelin
joking
star.
because we were talking
No,
about soup and sambals.
You're talking 6 courses out the back there on a Saturday, like
Oh my
lovely
God.
entrees. I don't even know what half the stuff you're eating is, but
Yeah.
people know about Glen all over Ireland. It's not just a kind of a local area. And to be fair, we're blessed around here because a lot of the pubs I'm going to take you to today are very similar to this, but this is obviously just one of the best known in the country.
Yeah, so yeah, good lead into your plug. We're gonna make sure you go over to Eric's channel, Eric Roberts,
Eric Roberts, yeah.
little vlog, day in the life myself.
Vlog. I'm trying to kick off my YouTube career. Okay.
Yeah.
This guy's taking up all the good footage and all the good.
Well, I was
money
gonna say, like, I remember we always have these conversations about, like, and this is probably stuff that maybe you guys will find boring, but fascinates us. The whole, like, you could be flying on one platform and then you try and move on to another one, and
baby steps.
it is baby steps.
Yeah,
It's tough.
absolutely.
Like, what have you learned in your kind of early YouTube journey?
Well, I suppose I've done YouTube before, and it was a kind of vlog style of trips and stuff I've taken. But I've come into this year with a professional cameraman, and a professional editor, and I think I'm going to go for quality over quantity, I suppose. And I'm going to aim for these kind of cross collaborations with. I did Frostbit Boy in January. I've got yourself and Cassie Stokes here now, and I'm going to bring on some other amazing creators from around the country.
But it's just so warm and cozy in here. Fire in the background.
Cheers to that.
Cheers, Glen Bar. Right, lads, we're in pub 2 of our little jaunt around Donegal. This is the Harbour Bar.
Harbour Bar. It's one of my go-tos during the summertime. It's got a lovely balcony overlooking the whole of Downings. You can see the waterfront, and it's just, again, old band pubs are few and far between for the rest of the country, but they're everywhere up here.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, lads, my plan was to just do the last pub, and then when we came in here and we actually started chatting, I said, this is too good to not film. And I said in the last place, like, it's as good as it gets in terms of, old man bars. And then you just came in here, and I don't know if it's because there's a couple of characters around. We came in, there's, you get that kind of lads are staring at your bar going, who
A few of the boys
these?
were saying, don't be getting me on camera now because it's Tuesday, I'm supposed to
The
be working.
hood's up. The hood's up. Well, you get us, we come in with our phones and we're taking pictures of the pints, and we have a cameraman, they're going, look at these chaps. But that's how you know it's a good, real old man style bar. But Eric, if we were to go all the way back, I'll be honest, we were having this conversation, so we've got to get this. If we were to go all the way back to, you were saying, let's say how you got into performance. I think it's a pretty interesting story.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose it was always that itch that was never scratched growing up, because I'm a lad from rural Donegal. Do you know what I mean? It's not the norm to be putting yourself out there. But in my younger years, a lifetime ago, it feels like now, I did a bit of dancing. You might have seen it in my content already. I do it maybe once a year. I'll throw a few sheep.
Every time you put up a video, I totally forgot he had that in his locker, and I'll put it up on screen because I'm not going to try and do it, but it is, you will be.
I mean, I don't do it very often, but as I say, it was maybe a decade ago.
We're about half a pint away.
It was fair, yeah. Listen, after a few more of these, I'll be up on the table. But myself and a good friend of mine, McGranaghan, for about close to a decade, we danced up and down the country. We were on a show on Sky One's Got to Dance, and this was probably the earliest taste of performing and that kind of online lifestyle.
I remember it.
Yeah, and it did quite well. And off the back of that, we ended up performing up and down the country. We were booked for weddings, booked for nightclubs, and we actually started a dance school called Static Movement Dance School, and we taught the youth of today. Now, we weren't very good teachers, but it didn't last very long. We're retired since, but I suppose it was just, it was a fun experience, and it's something I really, really enjoyed doing. But it gave me, I suppose, a bit of the taste of this kind of performance lifestyle.
And what was then the gap between, because when we met, you were an SNA in a school, you were doing your couple of little bits on online, and someone would just think, he's just kind of starting out in the entertainment or whatever. So what was the gap between finishing with the dancing and starting, say, TikTok, Instagram and stuff?
I suppose when I got to near the end of the dancing, you had that conversation with yourself, right, it's probably gone as far as it can go. I need to settle down.
Then?
I was probably around 26.
Right.
And in between doing all that, I was travelling abroad. I was working with a holiday company, and I was going out and doing the seasons in Ibiza and Magaluf and stuff. And I got to a point where it says, I can't keep doing this. I need to get a proper job.
Vodkas for a fiver, lads. Come
exactly,
on.
yeah.
Watch out.
I know, JT. So tell him Eric sent you. But
you're like kind of 26, 27.
I was
so you're like
26, and Mum was saying, listen, you need to get a fucking job. Do you know what I mean? You can't be doing this for the rest of your life. So we hung up our dancing shoes, and I was an SNA then for a few years. And again, there was always that itch that needed to be scratched. So when TikTok came around, I said, right, this is an opportunity to make a show of myself, put up a few videos. Yeah. And that spiraled into what you see before you, I suppose.
The SNA was the only proper kind of normal job you would have had over the
I thought that was going to be it for me. I thought that was my career. I'm going to do this till the day I die, you know, or the day I retire at least. And I loved that job, and I suppose this was just kind of thrust upon me.
It's not like that's like some like quote unquote boring office job. That's a very much an interesting job. But again, it probably is that. And it's like me and Annie, we all have it. We all just want the attention. We want the camera on us. We want to entertain people, and you wouldn't obviously get that with. You kind of might, to be fair.
Listen, I was performing for the kids in school every day, doing a few dances and stuff. But it was a job I loved, and a job I saw myself doing for a long time. And it's still something that's very prevalent in my content today. My nephew Oisín's always in my content, and he was kind of half the reason I got into that. I'm doing a children's book later this year that's aimed at children with disabilities, and trying to bring that to the mainstream and make it more understanding to.
Yeah, obviously doing an audiobook.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll make it you to read it for us. There once was a goose.